ki sonra iyi kokuyorum arkadaşlar.
Aynen. Daha çok koksun diye peynirleri bekletiyorlar.
Just like I tried kokoreç in Turkey.
Salyangoz.
Yes and no.
İlk klişeli. Sana da teşekkür ederim kanala geldiğin için.
Herkese merhaba ve Fransa'da Yaşam kanalına hoş geldiniz. Bugün sadece ben varım. Güzel olacak. Aslında şaka yaptım. Tabii ki Tuğçe var ve birlikte bir video yapacağız. O zaman yakında görüşürüz arkadaşlar.
Etienne'i kanala davet ettim ama o kanalı ele geçirdi. Fransız klişeleri videosunu çekiyoruz bugün. Biliyorum artık siz umudu kesmiştiniz. Bir yıldan fazla oldu bu video için size söz verildi. Instagram'da size sormuştum. Bildiğiniz Fransız klişeleri neler diye. Onların hepsini topladım. Çok uzun zaman oldu ama unutmadım. Hepsi duruyor ve bugün nihayet 25 tane Fransız klişesinden bahsedeceğiz. Ben bunları Etienne'e soracağım. Bir Fransız olarak o bize cevaplayacak. Evet, birinciyle başlıyoruz o zaman. Fransızlar peyniri ve şarabı çok seviyorlar. Özellikle de kokulu peynirleri ve hatta daha çok koksun diye peynirleri bekletiyorlar yemeden önce, doğru mu?
Tamam. Aslında kim peynir sevmiyor?
Yani.
Bilmiyorum. Okay, in English though. It's true. French people love cheese and wine. I'm not sure about the cheese smelling part. Like if it smells worse, we like it more. I don't think this is true. But yeah, I guess our noses are used to smelly cheeses. When foreigners come to France, usually sometimes they're a bit disturbed in some places. Yeah, the smell can get pretty strong, but yeah, we're strong. So the cheese and wine is definitely true. French people love wine. And by the way, I think for a long time, wine was served in schools for kids. Like you could be 10 or 12 and have wine with your lunch at school. And they banned it a few decades ago. So not that long ago. It's not like 100 years ago, but it's quite recent. So wine was not really considered dangerous or considered alcohol for a very long time in France. So this is true. Yeah, it's true.
Actually, I think I've seen a video on kids drinking wine in school. Bulabilirsem açıklamaları koyacağım o videoyu arkadaşlar.
I was born too late.
Bir sonraki. Fransızlar bageti çok seviyorlar ve sürekli kollarının altında baget taşıyorlar.
Okay, French people do love baguette. This is true. But I've never seen anyone carry the baguette like the stereotype. Like we see in movies and stuff. You know, sorry, it might be disappointing to hear that. I carry a baguette the normal way, just grab it like you would expect. But yeah, we do love baguette, and bread is actually really important in the culture. I have some friends who are like really French, traditional, French, and when they go to other countries, they get stressed because there's no bread at a restaurant, for example, because we love to take the bread and wipe the sauce. And for some people, even just eating bread on the side is important. And when they don't have it, they feel, like a bit frustrated. I'm okay though. I mean, I have traveled. It was never an issue. Sometimes even I forget. I'm like, oh wow, there was no bread, So not so much an issue for me, but I know for some people it is, yeah.
Biz de ekmeği çok seviyoruz ve biz de Fransızlar gibi böyle tabağı sıyırıyoruz. Bunu anlayabiliriz. Ve üçüncü klişe. Fransızlar hep böyle bere takarlar ve çizgili şeyler giyerler.
Doğru değil. Okay, so here's the thing. Maybe it's true for the beret, for older people, older generations, grandparents in the winter. I'm not sure about the shirt though, I've not seen it that much, so this is probably not true. But the beret though is making some kind of comeback in a way, because style always, it's like cycles of style. And I have seen some friends on Facebook, they have a beret on a picture. I'm like, okay, that's, interesting. So it's possible it might do a comeback, but maybe not just in France, maybe in more countries. So yeah, not so true. Like you don't see them in the street every day when you go grocery shopping. You don't see people in beret and a striped shirt carrying a baguette with a glass of wine. So all this exaggerated or very old. So yeah, I would say no, not true.
Yeah, but actually I've seen many people who wear clothes with striped, but maybe they're tourists or...
Yeah, but I've seen in Turkey too, you know, like it's like, I don't think it's more than the other countries. You know,
Let's
like,
say fashion.
Also fashion nowadays is so wide, it's the same kind of clothes, you know?
Yeah, fashion influenced by French, maybe. Bir sonraki, Fransızlar sürekli sokaklara işiyor ve sokaklar çok kötü kokuyor.
Is it peeing in the street?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, so French people don't always pee in the street, very important.
Not always.
Not always, but it can happen if you go out in a club and you're coming back from a bar and you're in the street and you know the place you're going to is very far. I guess it's more okay in France than other countries. Like nobody would really say anything, and it doesn't shock people around. But of course, you don't do it in daylight, you know, next to a nice monument in Paris. Like you know, you have to choose the street wisely. And the moment, the smell of pee, I don't know. I've been to Germany and other countries. I don't think it's exaggerated in France compared to other countries. So no, I wouldn't say the streets smell particularly of pee in France. No.
Yeah, I will say sometimes at some point you can smell, but it's not like everywhere.
Sure, but like you feel like New York would be saying London, you know. So I think it's
big
not
cities,
so.
Probably, yeah. But I've seen some people peeing on the streets during daylight. My experience.
Yeah, it's possible.
O zaman bir sonrakine geçelim. Sokaklar fare dolu.
Yes and no. It's possible because you know Paris and France is different. In Paris, you know, it's a big city, it's the capital city. In Paris, it's definitely possible, and if you go out, even here next to our neighborhood, you can see many at night. But I guess any city where there's like lots of trash and you know, you always get mice. So I would say yes, but not worse than New York or other big cities. Again, like the same answer. But yeah, they don't go in the metro in the crazy places. Like in New York, sometimes some videos you see someone has a mouse, you know, like climbing his shoulder or something. This wouldn't happen. Like they are scared of humans, whereas in other cities they're not so scared, and that's the problem, you know. So yeah, so there are some, but only in big cities like Paris, and not all the time.
Yeah, I'll say I've only seen mice in Paris, not in a different French city, but just a few times.
But of course, we don't have like so many cats like Istanbul. So Istanbul, I guess it's you know, it's a solution to the problem that we don't have.
You need some cats here. Fransızlar kahvaltıda tuzlu yiyemez. Hep tatlı yer.
Yeah, that's true actually. Doğru.
Doğru.
Yeah, we don't do like Turkish breakfast style or eat or like the English when they eat meat and beans and stuff. Like no, we don't do that. It's more like pastries. I will say something though, that croissant, pain au chocolat, all these things, it's not like French people don't eat this every morning. It's not like the common breakfast, but like bread and you know, jam or Nutella or cereal.
Butter.
Yeah.
Butter and jam.
Yeah, butter and jam. But no, we don't usually eat salty. I mean, some people must, of course, but no.
Yeah, in general, no, this is true. Fransızlar salyangoz yer.
This is true. Doğru. I have only tried once in my life, because I think you have to try everything once to know if you like it or not. Just like I tried kokoreç in Turkey, I tried snails in France. It's true, but I guess the more traditional you are, the more you're likely to eat snails. I only tried it once, and some of my friends never tried. Many people never tried actually. But I have friends who are crazy about it, and whenever they meet the family, like they go see the family and the mother cooks snails and stuff, okay. But there's a very specific type of snail to eat. It's not like any snail. And yeah, one day I went to pick them up with my friend's mom. It was a funny experience.
Oh. Okay. Ben hiç denemedim. Ya bir yerde denemem lazım biliyorum. Because you have to try at least once. So belki bir gün deneyeceğim. Denersem zaten onun videosu gelecek arkadaşlar. Fransızlar fast food sevmez, pek yemez. Doğru mu?
No, this is not true. Not true at all. No, French people love fast food, and actually we are the second country in the world in McDonald's consumption.
Wow.
So there's only America, number one, not so much a surprise, but then number two in the entire world is France, actually. So, and yeah, after, like, you know, after any night out or something, you always get a fast food. No, so this is not true. Like we love fast food.
Okay. Fransızlar kafelerde takılmaya bayılır. Kafeler, teraslar.
Yeah, this is very true. And in some cities, like Montpellier, for example, you're not even allowed to have a coffee after 6. So they close the coffee machine because what happens is people just have one coffee at 6 and they stay for 5 hours on the terrace and they talk. So the business is not serving meals and dinners. So now they stopped. If you want a coffee after 6, you have to drink it at home.
Wow, okay, this is
so
interesting.
It's a very true thing. Yeah.
It's interesting. Ve 10 numaralı klişedeyiz. Fransızlar İngilizce konuşmaz ve başka insanların Fransızca konuşmasını bekler, ikinci bir yabancı dil öğrenmez.
Yeah, so French people, it's a well-known fact that French people don't speak good English. I think it's true. It's definitely true when you compare it to countries like, Germany, for example, or the Netherlands, or Nordic countries like Sweden, Norway, etc. And it's true, definitely true, especially adults, but young kids also don't speak that good English. You know, there was a humorist who made a joke, like French people, when they travel abroad, they always just speak French as if everyone is French. I don't know how it's possible to be like this. Like, in what world do you think, this person's gonna understand me? But it's true. It's definitely true. And, it's quite funny because many people don't care about English when they're younger. And then when they get more, when they start working or they start growing up, they regret. And they usually start learning English way later. And it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yabancı dil konusunda Fransızlar gibi pişman olmak istemiyorsanız ve bir an önce yabancı dilinizi geliştirmek veya yeni bir dil öğrenmek istiyorsanız size bir platformdan bahsedeceğim. Lingoda sponsor oldukları için Lingoda'ya çok teşekkür ederim. Lingoda bir online dil öğrenme okulu. Burada 7/24 canlı dersler var. Esnek olması bu derslerin en güzel özelliği. Uygun olduğunuz günde ve saatte ve istediğiniz konu üzerine ders seçimi yapabiliyorsunuz. Dersler Zoom üzerinden gerçekleşiyor. 60 dakika sürüyor ve dersten sonra size özel feedback alıyorsunuz. Hocaların hepsi ana dil seviyesinde bu dili biliyor. Birebir ders alabilir veya grup derslerine kayıt yaptırabilirsiniz. Grup dersleri 5 kişiyle sınırlı ve bu sayede herkese pratik yapacak yeterli zaman kalıyor. Bir dili öğrenirken en önemli şey pratik yapmak, biliyorsunuz. Konuşmadan o dili yeterince öğrenemiyoruz. Şimdi Lingo'da da bir seferliğe mahsus 30 günlük bir sprint challenge başlıyor. Bir ay boyunca yoğun bir şekilde pratik yapıp yabancı dilinizi geliştirme fırsatı, seviyeniz ne olursa olsun. 2 çeşit sprint var. Bir tanesi sprint challenge 30 gün boyunca 2 günde bir ders alıyorsunuz. İkincisi ise süper sprint challenge. 30 gün boyunca her gün ders alıyorsunuz ve toplamda 30 derste yabancı dilinizi süper bir şekilde geliştiriyorsunuz. Bu challenge'lar dil öğrenme işini gerçek bir rutin haline getirdiği için inanılmaz verimli oluyor ve yabancı dil artık günlük hayatınızın bir parçası oluyor. İkinci güzelliği ise challenge'ları kurallara uyarak tamamlarsanız sonunda paranızın yarısını geri alabilirsiniz veya bunu yeni ders kredileri olarak kullanabilirsiniz. Tüm kayıtlarda Fransa'da kodunu kullanarak 600 liralık indirim kazanabilirsiniz. İndirim kodunu ve kayıt linkini açıklamalara bırakacağım. Eminim ki yabancı dili günlük rutin haline getirdiğinizde inanılmaz verim alacaksınız. O zaman İngilizceden devam ediyorum. Bir başka klişe. Fransızca'da birçok İngilizce kelime var. Kim kimden çaldı?
Wow, that's a hard question. I have no idea actually. I've never heard this before. Like I've never heard that English or French steals from the other language. But if there's a common base, it's understandable. So it doesn't surprise me. It surprises me less than Turkish language having 5,000 French words, which they clearly stole. It's no, but actually no, I don't know the answer, but. It doesn't surprise me. I've actually never heard this before.
Ve bir sonraki klişe. Fransızlar kaba ve kendini beğenmiş. Birçok kişi söyledi bunu bu arada. Birçok yerden geldi.
Wow, okay. It's true and not true. Again, like the problem with this is that people travel to Paris in some places where it's very crowded, lots of tourists, and they go back home and they think, wow, the people were so rude. It can happen, but at the same time, France is so varied. It's such a wide country with different types of people. So, I would say no for France in general, but sometimes in Paris it can be true. So not particularly rude, but it can happen.
Evet, belki o ayrımı iyi yapmak lazım. Paris ve Fransa gibi. Fransızlar kokuyor, deodorant kullanmıyor, duş almıyor.
Yok.
Sen kokmuyorsun.
Kokmuyorum. İyi kokuyorum arkadaşlar.
Aynen.
Yeah, so no, this is not true. I mean, maybe this was true 150 years ago or something, whenever this was invented, or during a war or something. No, this is not true. I mean, everyone has a bathroom now. Again, like 50 years ago, it was not common for people to have a bathroom in their apartment. It was like common or shared. Or even there was places called bain-douche where you had to go and pay to take a shower, like public showers, 50 years ago, you know. So maybe at that time, because having a private toilet was not, a bathroom was not common, maybe at that time it was true, although I doubt it, but no, now definitely not. Yeah, when you take a public transportation, you're not disturbed, you know, like you're not always trying to avoid it, yeah.
Yeah. Fransız kadınlar kol altı kıllarını almıyor.
Okay, this actually always surprised me because it's like some people ask me this question like quite often, and no, it's not true. Not more than any other countries. I mean, it's not a problem if they do. I'm not like judging or anything, but I don't understand where this stereotype comes from actually. You know, in the summer you don't, you know, in the metro holding the bar, you don't like not more than any other country, you know.
Yeah. Ayrıca isteyen alır, isteyen almaz. Everybody does whatever they want.
Yeah, but still, most common is shaved though. I mean.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's okay, but it's the common is shaped.
Fransızlar çok sigara içiyor.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think it's true, and I mean, but Turkey also, you know, like in Turkey, I was also shocked. And actually, I checked this information, and France and Turkey are in the top 25 countries that smoke the most. So congratulations, we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think French people smoke more than Turkish people by a little margin, but both countries smoke a lot, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Fransızlar acayip şikayetçi. Her şeyden şikayet ediyor. Complain a lot.
Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's true. Like, for example, if your train is late, even like 3 minutes, people are like, you know, like, and they look around and they try to, you know, connect with you from hate, and they try to, I can't believe it, and they try.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes I'm listening to music and someone is like looking at me like, and you know, like, okay, no, I don't think I'm like impatient or, you know, I get angry for these situations, but I guess it is true, yeah.
In general, I'll say it is true. Ve bununla birazcık da alakalı. Fransızlar sabırsız. It's kind of related. Actually.
Yeah, it's kind of the same question. Yeah. Like the train, everything. Yeah, I guess like even the boarding for a plane, like people are gonna be impatient. Yeah, I would say French people are more impatient. Yeah, for sure.
Ve bir sonraki. Sürekli protesto ederler, sürekli grevdeler. Fransızlar sürekli grevde mi?
Yeah, that's true. It's like the national sport, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true, but I think it's a good thing.
I agree. Yeah.
I think if you're not happy, knowing that you can protest and do a strike without having, you know, without being fired when you come back, I think it's actually a good thing, you know? I think it's like a human right. If you go on a strike and when you come back you lost your job, you know, then there's nothing you can ever do. And but French people will complain about anything. Like, okay, for example, when COVID started, the government was not giving masks for free, so people complained. They went in the street and they went on strike and they said, yeah, they should give masks for everyone. And then when the government did give masks to everyone, people complained because why do I have to wear a mask? And so it was the other way around. So sometimes it's a bit ridiculous. You know, some things are debated, but also not everyone goes on strike. It is the national sport, yeah.
Yeah, but I also say it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing for sure. I think so.
Yani hak verilmez alınır gibi bir laf var arkadaşlar. Hakkınızı savunursanız alırsınız.
It's freedom of speech in a way.
Freedom of speech.
You're allowed to say you're not happy. You're allowed to take action. I think it's a good thing.
They are not patriotic.
Wow. Okay, that's a difficult question. Because French people complain a lot, they love to complain about France. And, you know, the sad thing is, no matter who the president is, he's gonna have a bad rating, you know, in France. Like, it's never going to happen that everyone is happy with the president. Anything going bad, it's like, oh, this is the president's fault and everything is wrong. And I forgot the question.
They are not patriotic.
Yeah, and so people love to complain about France all the time, but the people who love France the most are French people in other countries. Like, for example, whenever you travel to another country, you become so proud of being French, and you support France. And so I think people, they have this love-hate relationship with France where they love to hate it, but deep down we all love France and what it represents. But after it's very political, like contrary to America or Turkey, we don't usually have flags of France, or like the French flag on our windows in the streets and everything. It's not so common, and if you do that, people might think you vote far right, like extreme right, because it's more like nationalist party and everything. So people don't usually show that they love France, which, but they do. They do.
I understand. This is like, for example, you criticize a member of your family, but nobody can criticize.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, I see. They have a dinner etiquette.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, I was never surprised when I go to other countries of how they do dinner, or when I was invited to friends' places who were living abroad. No, I wouldn't say so, no.
Okay. Ve bir sonraki. Fransızlar çok güzel giyinir, çok şıktır ve hep parfüm kullanır.
Okay, I think it's true, but not extreme. And I know it's true because whenever we receive guests from other country, we ask them. We say like, so, do you think French people dress nicer? And they always say, oh yes, definitely. So I think the average style is a bit higher than other countries. So like, we do care, I think it takes an important part of like society, but it's not like extreme where it's like big brands and fancy and like, So I think, we take care, but not exaggerated care. Yeah.
This is what I love about French people, actually. They have a style you can understand, but it's kind of basic or like very well thought. It's not show off, but it's a quality style. I love this. Yeah. Ve bir sonraki, Fransızlar romantiktir.
Yeah, it's hard to say without really understanding like the romanticism of other countries. It's hard to say. I mean, I'd like to say yes. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to answer. Again, like we need to maybe define what is being romantic, So it's different for everybody. But yeah, there is this thing like, oh, Paris, the movies, the French people. I don't know. There is a mood we can say. Yeah, let's say it's true.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe exaggerated.
Yeah.
Truth, I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe a good answer, yeah.
Okay. Fransızlar birbirlerini 3 defa öper merhaba demek için.
Okay, this is a hard question. We do kiss on the cheeks every time we say hello, but actually it depends on the region, and it's very complicated. Like, for example, in Paris they do 2. In south of France, near Montpellier, they do 3. So sometimes you have a friend coming from the south and you kiss twice and he's like, waiting for a third one. So yeah, it gets a bit tricky, and there's actually even a website that was made that's, where you can see every region, like how many kisses you're supposed to do. I will say that men shake hands. Usually it's rare. I guess in the south, sometimes men kiss to say hello, but usually men shake hands. Even sometimes 2 women would shake hands. Like, for example, or if the situation is important, like a job interview, for example, you would never kiss the person. You just shake hands no matter who you are. But yeah, it is true, this famous...
Depending on the region. Mostly 2 kiss. Mostly.
Yeah, kind of, I mean...
Yeah, I'll put the map in the description.
Okay. I'm curious.
So, we can check too. Şimdiki benim favorim arkadaşlar. Fransızlar tartışmaya bayılır. Böyle konuş tartışalım. Let's debate forever.
Really? I mean...
It is true.
Yeah, I love to debate, but I thought it was me.
True.
I don't know if it's the country. Yeah, I guess so. Because it's a conflictual population. We always like to be against, if like people say, like, if there's a rule, French people will try to break it somehow. You know, it's like, yeah, in this sense, I think, yeah, we love debate, confrontation. Like, I think it's healthy. I think it's
definitely healthy.
You know, the most awake I am is when I debate, and it's like, yeah, I want to debate. You know, so maybe it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Evet, ben de bunun sonuna kadar katılıyorum arkadaşlar ve bazen şaşırıyorum nasıl bu kadar uzun tartışabilirsiniz. Yani bir fikri 3 farklı şekilde ya da 5 farklı şekilde nasıl hala söyleyebilirsin ve savunabilirsin. Yeah. Even when I see you sometimes on the phone like this, I'm like,
yeah, but I think
okay, he's debating.
Okay, but yeah, I'm not a good example. I think I've always, you know.
Yeah, but I've seen many French people
yeah,
like
sure.
this. Ve geldik sonuncu klişeye. This is the last one.
Oh, okay.
25. numarada arkadaşlar Eyfel Kulesi var. Fransızlar Eyfel Kulesi'ni sevmiyor. Acaba doğru mu?
Yeah, I don't think we don't like the Eiffel Tower. And again, if we're in other countries, we would speak highly of it. Yeah, I don't know. I know people from south of France who've never seen the Eiffel Tower. They never came to Paris, and they're happy to see it. But Parisians, I guess they're just too used to it. You know, when you see something often, it doesn't become special anymore. So no, we don't hate it. It was hated when it was built at the time. People thought like, oh, this is so ugly, and it was supposed to be temporary, not stay. So yeah, because it was so different from the rest. So when it was new, people hated it. No, I guess we're okay with it. Like, you know, we're not like crazy about it. What we don't like though is like hats and clothes and keychain rings with the Eiffel Tower. Like, it's clearly a touristic thing. It becomes more touristic. Like, I'm not gonna wear an Eiffel Tower t-shirt. But if I'm next to it, I might take a picture. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
No one I know would be unhappy with a view of the Eiffel Tower from an apartment. Like, you know, if this cliche was true, then these apartments would not be selling so expensive because people, like, it's still nice. Like, you know, if you have an Eiffel Tower looking apartment, people will be, even your friends will be like, oh my god, you know. Yeah, so no, it's not true.
Yeah. Bitti. 25 tane klişeyi bitirdik. Hızlıydı bence.
Evet, çok hızlıydı.
Değil mi?
Doğru.
Eğlenceliydi. Ben eğlendim.
Ben de eğlendim.
Değil mi?
Umarım ki sizin için eğlenceliydi.
Evet, umarım siz de eğlendiniz izlerken arkadaşlar. Başka merak ettiğiniz klişeler varsa yorumlara yazabilirsiniz. We can check the comments and answer. Belki daha sonra bir video daha yaparız birlikte seninle.
Evet.
Değil mi?
Evet, mümkün.
Evet, bakalım.
Hangi video bilmiyorum ama
karar veririz.
Bulacağız.
Aynen, bulacağız.
Tamam.
Eğer sizin aklınızda bir video varsa Etienne'le yapmamı istediğiniz yorumlara yazabilirsiniz. We can decide. Buraya kadar izleyen herkese bir kere daha teşekkür ediyorum ve sizinle yeni bir videoda görüşmek üzere diyorum.
Hoşça kalın.